So we are doing the Global Mice Collaborative Conference of 2022. We are pitching Sao Paulo, Brazil, around April 17th through the 21st. I'm Lindsay.
I'm Alexis.
I'm Brooke.
And I'm Kate.
So some benefits of holding our event in Sao Paulo is that it is the largest city and the most populous megapolis in the entire Southern Hemisphere and offers a lot of thematic guided tours. The perfect addition to the business events. A perfect example is a one-day visit to the beautiful seaside town of Santos and Garuja, or discover the more traditional Brazilian culture with a trip to Anhembi des Parques. There is also a multitude of culture to take in, including music, art, and architecture.
So the venue that we are proposing for this event is the Royal Palm Convention Center. It is one of the biggest event spaces in Sao Paulo. It has a maximum capacity of 7,486 attendees and with 44,000 square meters of event space. It has 51 event rooms and flexible availability to change the arrangements of any of the rooms. It also has on-site AV capabilities as well as on-site restaurants and catering, a taxi service, a helipad, and is about 16 kilometers from the airport or 9 miles. So this is a map of the distance between the venue and the airport. As you can see, it's not too far. Unfortunately, the only downside to this venue is it is about an hour away from all the hotels that we will propose in this, but it does meet all the criteria that is needed for this event.
So the first hotel that we're proposing is the Sheraton in Sao Paulo. It's a 5-star hotel with 297 rooms. It has an average cost of $87 to $192 per night, so it's fairly affordable. It has ample meeting space with a total of 63 rooms, and it does offer a free airport shuttle, which is convenient for transporting all of our guests, and it has an abundance of amenities as well. The Grand Hyatt is also one that we are proposing. It is also a 5-star hotel with a total of 467 rooms. It also offers a free airport shuttle and has a lot of amenities as well. And its average cost is between $97 and $186 per night, with a total of 25 rooms for meeting space. The last hotel we've decided to choose was the Holiday Inn. It's a little more affordable. It's a 3-star hotel with 780 total sleeping rooms that also offers a free airport shuttle. Its average cost per night is around $50 to $80, and it also has meeting space with a total of 19 rooms. So we would propose to use, anyone can stay at any of these hotels, or they could choose their own, just to give some options. So transportation, so the main airport is this one listed here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. So it's about 50 minutes to the Sheraton and the Grand Hyatt, and only 24 minutes to the Holiday Inn. Public transportation, so of course there's Ubers and taxis, but they do have their own bus system, SP Plan, which has a 69-cent one ride trip. They also have EMTU trolley buses, which are much smaller than the SP Trans system. And then they have Sao Paulo Metropolitan Rail Transport Network, which has 183 stations, and you can get a day pass for only $2.77, so it's very affordable. Accommodations to the hotel and venue. So as I said before, there's free shuttles at every hotel, so it'd be easy for guests to get to the hotel from the airport. And then we would propose to charter the hotel shuttles to the venue, just so that it makes it a little bit easier for everybody to get there.
So as far as our closing ceremony, it's going to be held at the Golden Hall at the Sheraton Sao Paulo. There isn't a whole lot of huge meeting spaces in town, so we figured we hold our closing and opening ceremonies at a hotel that we have picked for our guests. It can hold up about 2,000 guests in a banquet style, as you can see in the picture up top. And we're kind of going for a classy, sophisticated theme for our attendees. So just a brief program for our closing ceremony. We'll have setup, AV setup, lighting, decor, and sound this afternoon. We'll have the guests arrive at 5:15 and 5:45 p.m. And then we're going to give them an option for cocktails just to mingle and have a few drinks. And then around 6:15 to 6:30, our guests will transition to the dinner hall. We'll do a welcoming of guests, wrapping up the conference, and just saying thank you for having them out into Sao Paulo. Our dinner will be about 7:30 to 9, and then we'll have some type of entertainment for our guests to wrap up the end of the ceremony and the conference. A few cultural activities that we have picked out for our guests. There's a 4-wheel drive one-day tour. It takes them into parts of the outdoors in Sao Paulo. It is kind of pricey, but it's a great experience. There's a photo walk in Sao Paulo, which is down in the right-hand corner, and they're able to go on a tour of the city and take pictures and see all the different antique buildings. And there's also a walking tour of the historic center, so guests can kind of get a feel of the history of Sao Paulo. And the half-day hiking is used to see some of their forests and their parks. And they also have an option for full-day hiking, but we figured the half-day would probably be better.
So for our VIP special dinner event, we have a wonderful little hotel in downtown Sao Paulo called the Palacio Tangara, and it has a event space called the Crystal Ballroom that we think would be perfect for this event. The attendees would get to this venue from a charter bus, and it's about a 8 to 15-minute drive from all 3 of the hotels. We will have this, the dinner will be catered by one of the in-house restaurants, and we think that a 4-course Brazilian style tasting dinner would be a great option. Of course, we can always, if somebody has any food allergies or requirements, we can always make changes for that as well. So the event would consist of that, live music and dancing, and then after dinner, a cocktail hour. And then the budget per person is approximately 533.48 Brazilian real, or $100 per person.
So now to talk about the laws in Brazil. It's no surprise that drugs are an issue in Brazil, and police regularly search tourists outside of nightclubs, in taxis, and on the coastal drives from Rio to Búzios and Rio to Sao Paulo. The legal drinking age and smoking age is 18. And then under Brazilian law, foreigners must carry their passports with them at all times. However, because of the risk of theft, Smart Traveler recommends you leave your passport safely in your hotel if possible and carry a photocopy instead. Something interesting is prostitution is legal in Brazil for over the age of 18. And then they do have strict anti-discrimination laws, so overly racist or homophobic statements or actions could land you in. And then risk management, of course, we have crime. So when using public transportation, travelers must be aware of their surroundings at all times and avoid traveling late at night. Also, natural disasters are a risk in Sao Paulo. They often have heavy rainfall, which can lead to mudslides and the destruction of buildings.
So the environment, climate, and weather of Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo is a monsoon-influenced humid subtropical climate. It is built on a plateau in the southeastern Brazilian highlands. It's near a coastline, which is nice. People can have access to a beach. April is actually the start of the cooler season in Brazil. Since it lies on the Tropic of Capricorn, the seasons are actually reversed compared to most places in the world. So your typical summer season is actually their cooler season. And so you're looking at temperatures from about 20 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius. Average humidity is about 80%. You have about 11 and a half hours of sunlight per day during this season. Averages of 75 to 80 millimeters of rain is expected, and the average elevation is about 800 meters above sea level.
Some customs and formalities to take to consider when doing business with Brazilians is that men shake hands when greeting one another while maintaining steady eye contact. Women generally kiss each other, starting with the left and alternating cheeks. Hugging and backstopping are common greetings among Brazilian friends, and if a woman wishes to shake a man's hand, she should extend hers first. Some business practices is that Brazilians prefer face-to-face meetings to written communication, as it allows them to know the person with whom they are doing business. The individual they deal with is more important than the company, and you should always be curious and do not openly criticize, particularly in a group situation, as this will cause offense. Communication is often informal and does not rely on strict rules of protocol. Anyone in the meeting can comfortably contribute to discussions. It is not frowned upon to interrupt someone when they are speaking, as long as it is within context of discussion and not to overly disagree or criticize. And Brazilians are very much in favor of properly drawn up legal documents.
So when it comes to medical issues, should any occur, I looked up the nearest hospitals to each of the hotels and venues. So with the Sheraton and the Grand Hyatt, they're very close together, and they would use the Unidad Morumbi Hospital. The Hospital Municipal Mario Gatti is for the Royal Palm Hall, which is our main venue space. And then the Hospital da Força Aérea is closest to the Holiday Inn. So other tax and legal issues. So the standard tax rate in Sao Paulo is 18%, which is much higher than a lot of other countries, but it's good for public investments. Public transportation can be unsafe. Brazil does have a lot of riots and theft and robbery. Police response to...
Go ahead. The prison?
Did we lose audio?
Brooke, I cannot hear you.
Of cell phones. And then the current U.S. Department of State ranks Brazil at a level 2, indicating travelers should exercise increased caution due to crime. So it's good to just always be aware of your surroundings and where you're at. And that prostitution is legal in Brazil, as we mentioned before.
So just some incentives that we are going to provide. All bus passes for rail and bus systems will be included. We are going to do an upgraded hotel room for our MPI site and IAEE staff. And then our staff can also pick an activity of their choosing for free out of the photo walk, the tour of the historic center, and the half day of hiking. And for our budget, so I kind of got the airfare just from Asia, Europe, the US, and Canada, kind of all over. And then I totaled up everything that they'd be spending, whether they chose the 5-star, the other 5-star hotel, or the 3-star hotel. And I just went ahead and did the highest rate possible, just so that way they're prepared if it is that rate. Of course, there will be other nights where it'll be cheaper. And then the price for transportation and any miscellaneous fees that they spend on their own. And so the totals there are in the chart, and those are the prices per person.
So some of the green initiatives that we have we want to propose during this event that attendees not use disposable water bottles. Maybe do like putting that, excuse me one second, Ozzy, enough. Hey, stop. I am so sorry. Ozzy, enough. Sorry. Where we maybe provide them with a reusable water bottle as maybe like a little goodie or a thank you for coming to the event. We want to promote recycling and composting to as well as use charter buses as much as possible, because we don't want 1,000+ attendees to all have rental cars and drive around the city. And we also want to have all of the food after the event that was not used or eaten to be, if possible, to be donated to a local homeless shelter or food bank.
So why visit Sao Paulo? Sao Paulo is filled with a lot of history and culture and architecture. It's a really beautiful city. As you can see, the church there is very historic and has some great architecture, along with this Japanese type of work down below from a local artist. They have beautiful parks, and if you drive a little further out, you'll find some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. And then, of course, you have a rich culture like Carnival, which they celebrate yearly.
All right, Professor King, do you have any questions?
Professor King, are you still there?
Oh my God, I kept saying without voice. Oh my, yeah.
Oh.
Right now I'm controlling your PowerPoint, and then I want you guys just to make clear about your position. Your position is visit Sao Paulo, so you want to sell this Sao Paulo to Global Minds Collaborative Conference. So your judges are from MPI side and the Global Meeting Association to choose one of their conference destination. So that means you have to highlight, there's some negative issue like a safety issue and then, some issues, but, you have to kind of make your issues more positive or some persuasive point. It's not just objectively say, yeah, our crime rate is, it's not safe. Our place is unsafe. That means, you just talk to your buyer to do not choose this destination. So just to think about your position is the destination, the management, the marketing organization. So your sale is, Sao Paulo to the MPI site and IAEE search committee for their event, the venue, event destination. So, this I just thought, you have to make some, your tone is not just explain, yeah, there is this place. This is not just explain. So this is destination pitch, mean you have to sell this destination to them. Okay, and also just let me see. This slide closing ceremony is too detailed. I don't think you need this one because I mentioned this is destination, the marketing organization. You propose this destination. You propose a beautiful place, event venue, event to the infrastructure to invite them like a sell your destination, this Sao Paulo, to their conference. Okay, and also the order of this one. the mostly, you know, I do not have, yeah, we do not have enough time. So mostly, you know, I want to see the big, like a general map of your presentation. So, you know, Sao Paulo is like located in the, you know, we have an airport, and then we have this hotel, and then you said your event venue is 1 hour driving. It's far away. So you want to see something that just imagine if you go to the conference, international conference. So as an event planner, like as an event planner, you're attending the event planners conference. So you landed in Sao Paulo airport, and then how are you gonna do that? So you mentioned you have a shuttle bus to the any hotel, each hotel you provide, and then that's good. It's good. So you know you're gonna have, you know, your attendees come just enjoy the shuttle bus and then to access a hotel. So I mean, you know, I just feel like your presentation, each one has your content, but it's not really collaborated. I feel like, you know, your presentation has made by 4 people, 4 different people. It's not one team. Okay. So that is the thing. And then some slide is too much text, too many text. Yeah, I really like this type of map, but we can see just one big map. See, you know, you just copy and paste the map, but you can point it out. You can make a one map and then kind of edit to pull some like a hotel area. You have a city hotel very related. City hotel. What is the map is? The Sao Paulo. So it's so just that you can use, you know, you have all information in your brain, each person, but just think about each individual, each team member. So review your presentation, you fully understand what we are going to offer. So I mean, you know, just the mainly, I think, you know, your slide, your presentation is made by each person, but not by team. So I want you guys to collaborate, and also order of the presentation. Let me see. Title. Pictures. So pictures and benefit of Sao Paulo. You know, there are beautiful pictures, so you can use lots of visual, okay? And then you can use the map as much as, you know, like more effectively. Like yeah, Sao Paulo is good, and then we can have this map, and then it's the kind of, it's not just the individual venue just to put the map. So the map is kind of show that your event venue here, your 3 other hotel here, and then your international airport here. So, you know, just show the relationship, show the location of how they far away, how they just located. So see when you see the map, you know, you are not just to see the direction. So if you see oh yeah, Denver and then Red Rock, and then I mean, how I can explain, you know, show some relationship among your event venue and some programs too. And then like and also and the risk management part. Yeah, I know that, you know, you can say some conception about the Sao Paulo and Brazil. You know, people may think about concern about the safety issue. So how are you gonna like persuade your event planner? You can have an event here. It's not that dangerous, something like that.
Kang, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So for legal issues, how do you make that sound more positive? Because those are the legal issues.
Yeah, it's a legal issue. The law in this one.
No, it's a little
Risk management. And this one too. So like just to point, the legal drinking and smoking as 18 is not, you know, the judges may not need this information.
So what information should we include in that? Just like,
so your judges, I mean not judges, this is your destination the destination marketing team. So you sell this destination to event planner, meeting planners. So meeting planner, and then their meeting attendees are professional. So if you see the instruction, I mean, there are like between 30 or 60, and then your attendees demographic is the 60% of women and 40% of men. And they're a meeting planner, and then they are meeting planner, travel agency, and then expeditors, and then they want to have a professional association meeting there, and then so. So prostitution is legal in Brazil. So that might be, risk management part. There is some risk of this, but we're gonna aware of this, and then how are you gonna prepare? How are you gonna reduce that risk for when you're hosting this event here? So to me, this information, lots of information is listed by each individual who was assigned to this. But you have to make some, as an event planner, just to look at over it, and then what is the best way to sell. You can sell this destination to event planner, like such a committee, like your event team, their committee, they need to search your event destination, their event destination. So we have 5 different cities: Sao Paoulo, Lisbon, Paris, Berlin, Bali. They want to sell this destination to host this event.
Yeah, well, because there's like lots of risks, but that's why I think we only included 2 to like not maximize that.
Yeah, not highlighted that. I mean, just to show that your perception or your attitude is, we know there's some risk part, because I mean, it's kind of conversational. So you just assume you can expect your search committee, they are worried about the risk issue in Sao Paulo. So you can bring up some idea, and then you can have some research how they say. I mean, even the Sao Paulo has a lot of international event. So how they handle this one without any risk thing, and then you can see, Sao Paulo, Brazil has a World Cup, the Olympic, and then just highlight, and you are aware of your risk, but just to show that this risk could be manageable, or some. Sometimes the one semester when I mentioned that one group, South Africa, they mentioned, it's a crime rate is serious here, but we are considering this one. So we are preparing this. Yeah, I mean, I have to move to another group, so I'm going to send out the written feedback. So
Okay.
okay. Bye. So you can just leave here, and then I can invite another team members here. So just individually, just leave your presentation as an event planner. See, you want to have the event in this area.
Okay. So we can edit it and then turn in a new one next week, correct?
Well, this one you have to turn in today. So that is graded by me, and the next week is based on my feedback. You can update. You need update. Okay. Okay. Bye.